Hello everyone, welcome to a new Marvel Snap Zone Premium Members Coaching. It is very close to the previous one, because stuff is happening in this game and we didn't want to wait. So, we are going to discuss the patch, because it happened about 2 hours ago, and nobody has any idea of what the metagame is going to be. We already have an idea of strong decks, but we'll discuss it anyway. So,
and we've all been playing with our new borders way too much to actually experiment. So this will be our first game for everybody.
Exactly. All right.
I thought this was going to be a 2-hour session about board. That's what I was expecting. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's on you, not on me.
So try the green sparkle effect. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, thank you for attending coaching.
Alright, so here are all the things that happened today. I didn't include Yondu and M'Baku because they didn't happen. And everyone gets to pick at least one, maybe two, and we're just gonna see how this impacts the metagame. So, who wants to go first? And Judai, I know you don't have a microphone, so if you want to pick one and write it while the other ones are doing theirs, I can just catch everyone up on what you...
I'm thinking about the time stone.
Alright, Bishop is going for a time stone.
Elsa.
So,
alright. Silverman gets Elsa. Alright, Bishop, tell us.
So the time stone loses, so now it costs you, it gives -1 to whatever card you draw, but it still gives you the boost of energy. It still didn't change its cost. So I actually thought about this, and my argument was that, my feeling is that it's probably not that big of a deal. And the reason I think that is because, first, you still get to play it on 3 for the 5. It does do a -1. However, you're most of the time when you're playing it, you're trying to draw cards that are, most of the cards aren't super buffed. Obviously, either overbuffed already, it's not going to matter that much. You know, Dinosaur is a 5/2, not a 5/3, which, okay, it's not dependent on that. It's all dependent on your hand. Biggest card, obviously, it affects probably would be Professor X, because he's not a 5/0, so he can't even do, you have to make sure there's something in that lane, which 9 times out of 10 there probably is anyways, because he's a 5/1. And you're also running Psylocke in most decks, so you still have a way to cheat out the energy without causing any injury to you. And I think those two things usually, I mean, if you're talking which do you play on 3, Psylocke or Time Stone, most of the time, either you are happy to have one of them or you don't have any of them. So I'm not super excited about how it is. And if you think about things like some of the other cards that it might affect, like Thanos, if it's a 10 drop, or either it's a 10 power card, now it comes in at 9. So now your card actually dodges Shang-Chi, and so you can lay it on the board.
What have you read? This is absolutely not what's written on the card. It's not -1 power, it's -1 cost.
Oh, then I totally missed that. Yeah, I thought it was -1 power.
Oh my god. What would be the point of draw a card and give it -1 power?
You've been playing the Nerf Stone? What's wrong?
That's how I understood it when I read it.
So wait, because you started this whole discussion with, I thought about it a lot, so now I want to know what's the conclusion. Because I want to know what's the conclusion on -1 power. I mean, it's Marvel, they have multiverse, you're okay.
-1 power, I think, would be fine. I don't think it would affect things too much. I don't think it would affect the stone too much. I think it'd still be used just as much, and it'd still be as powerful.
Okay, do you know it's not giving you the energy anymore?
No, I thought it was just giving. I thought it was still giving the energy. See, there's too much in the buff.
Okay, what did you read? Like, what kind of patch note? What universe are you in? What time is it where you are? How many fingers
pretty are your
do you
borders?
have?
Apparently, your microphone is working fine.
Alright, so take a second to think about it. So the new card is you draw a card, and the card you draw gets its cost reduced by 1. You don't get +1 energy next turn. The +1 energy that the stone gave is now attached to the card you drew.
Okay, so in that case, I mean, I think a lot of the times it's going to still be valuable. In fact, maybe in some ways more flexible. Because you can hold the card to a later time. However, I guess it dies to Mobius, which is already is always right now. At least the last meta was kind of everywhere, anyways. So maybe that's beneficial. So maybe it balances Thanos out a little bit more. But I think that the fact that it reduces the card in cost and it sits in your hand, I think there's value to that. And you can play it. It's a little more flexible even.
All right, I'll keep adding stuff. I was gonna write useless on turn 6, but it was already useless on. The biggest change to me is Professor X.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the past, as long as you had Professor X in your hand, you played Time Stone and he was really, really good. Now, unless you hit Professor X, you lost a way to get it down on turn 4.
It's more, but I mean, the nice thing now is you can also play it on turn 1 if you have, if you have nothing else to play with, a little bit more.
It's more flexible.
Flexible, yeah.
Okay, so we have this. So, the conclusion to this is... Do we still play Thanos? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And what do we change in Thanos? We just remove Professor X?
It's still a good card on 5, and you still running Cylon. So I don't think so. I think it's still a viable choice, and I think now you can actually hold it if you hit it. If you play the Time Stone on 1, 2, or 3, and it hits Professor X, then you have Professor X in hand, and you can throw something on the same turn as Professor X, which makes Professor X maybe a little bit more flexible too.
Well, it's not something the same turn as Professor X, it's another stone. You don't play any 1 cost in Thanos. So unless you specifically hit another stone, and apart from like the orange or the purple one, they're not really something that are gonna change the Professor X outcome.
Yeah.
Personally, I would stop running Professor. But we'll get there later on, because nobody picked it, but there's a card that just says remove Professor X, put me instead, we're cool. But we'll get there.
Yeah, I think it's also worth pointing out that Thanos probably needs Hope Summers a little bit more now, because Mobius is being run around a lot, like we've noted. You can't always count on energy reductions, but you still have cards that can give you extra energy, let you do things quicker. Thanos still has a lot of ways to, play Hope very rapidly. So you don't stop running Thanos. You have to take the Time Stone nerf, combine it with a different card release, and then you still have a very flexible toolkit.
That's why.
If you're competing on 3 though with the Time Stone, right? You can also now. I mean, one of the things that I thought was kind of when you were playing before when we were playing Thanos is that Black Swan wants to come out on 3, it fits the curve on 3. So now you can find use to make use of your Black Swan and Professor X too if you wanted, like Swan on 4 with Professor X coming out on 5, and you can tank a whole bunch of stuff underneath it.
How does that change with this? You could already.
I don't think it changes it. You can, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you necessarily have to take Professor X out of your deck, because you have Psylocke, you have a couple other ways to cheat out cards underneath it. I don't know. I think that the fact that you can Professor X plus a 2-drop on 6 is also reasonable.
I think you don't take out Professor
X on 6. What's the point?
I guess your other options to run. You can run armor. I know I've used it for I've seen it used, and I've used it for moving stuff or keeping stuff in place, right?
Or prevent maybe an Alioth or something.
Armor costs 2 and is 3 power for that purpose.
Yeah, that's the thing. I also think the main reason to take out Professor X, again, we can't look at these changes in isolation, right?
Yeah,
the Time Stone being reduced doesn't...
We're just taking one change, and then we'll see if there's connection in between all of them.
Yeah. For me, the big reason to take it out is you now have Mockingbird, which can very, very easily be just a 0/9 dropped on any lane. How much do you really want to gamble you're going to get Professor X correct?
Do the stones count against Mockingbird?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Alright, Bishop, we really need you to be on the... Yes, Mockingbird is impacted by the stones. That's the whole reason why everyone is like, we don't care, Thanos is even stronger now.
Oh no, I mean, because that's what it used to be, right? Some of the stones didn't count against things like they didn't count against. They counted in your deck in a couple other situations, right?
Mockingbird is cards that don't start in your deck. The first thing a Thanos thing does at the beginning of the game is it adds the stones to your deck, so you don't start with the stones.
Exactly.
It's the same reason why Loki can't copy them.
Yep. So if you played 5 stones during the game, your Mockingbird is a 0 cost.
Yeah, which, whew.
Which is why, and this is where we'll get, but I didn't want to spoil it, there's a high chance Thanos is like, bye-bye, Prophet, Mockingbird, come in. Alright, we cool. Where are we playing?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Literally, Thanos went like, oh, I need a replacement. Oh, hello, Mockingbird. I don't need a replacement anymore. We're cool. I'm staying on the field.
Yeah, the big thing is just Thanos has become a bit more proactive now. Or it can seize priority, or... So...
Yes. We'll discuss it. We'll discuss it. Alright.
Yeah.
Filament, you said you want the Elsa buff.
Yeah,
so I thought we were actually...
Alright, I thought we were volunteering for which decks we want to play. I'm way more excited to talk about Leech, but let's do Elsa quick.
You want to do Leech?
Yeah, let's do Leech. Okay.
Okay, let's do Leech.
Alright. Okay, this is, I think, a nice change, because Leech is still useful. It gained something and it lost something. So one of the big differences is now, since it's an on-reveal, you can choose, especially if you have some energy reduction or energy increase, you can choose the turn you play it in order to disrupt specific on-reveal strategies. So you can use it to affect, say, destroy or discard. You can really interrupt certain tempos. It, however, doesn't touch things that don't have an on-reveal effect. So ongoing gets a little bit stronger. If you're just playing a vision on 5, what do you really care that that's been affected, right? Things like that. And the nice thing is, I always thought this was too powerful of a tech card because it just disables any kind of strategy. The only thing it really helps is, or the only negative of it is, Infinite can now be played without floating energy. But the big thing with Leech is it also, there was no advantage in some ways to it, because if you are running a deck that has Leech, you start to expect it's going to come down. You need to pull off your synergy a turn earlier, and then you can dodge its effect. This is the kind of thing that should never have targeted basically every kind of opponent. Now it's a high risk, high reward tech card. It helps in some situations, not others. But they didn't just destroy Leech. It has more of a focus against certain kinds of things. I think it's a really neat balance, and I like it.
Okay, but how does it impact the card? What information can we use to know if we should still play Leech or not? There's one that is, I think, is underestimated, and it actually took me a lot of time to see it, because I didn't even include it in the article, is that now Leech is much better with cards that reveal your opponent deck. Most of the time, when you get to the point where you can play Leech, you'll know what they play. But cards like Cable, cards like Spider-Ham, cards like Yondu, cards which are telling you what you're up against, literally now tell you this is a good opponent for Leech, or it's not.
And I think also Leech comes into now you have you can put it in decks where I guess maybe it gets more flexible some other places too. It can go into a Lockjaw deck, where before, if it ended in a Lockjaw deck, it was kind of I said dud, but it kind of
Yeah, there you go.
Now you can throw it away, get the benefit of it, and still get something with more power.
Yeah, the big problem with playing Leech early, if you could cheat it out on 4 in previous versions of Leech, is that's terrible for you. You've now given them key information that they're going to lose turn 6. Now they have 2 turns, right? Now if you can just surprise them with it, it's way better.
It might be stupid, but now, if you can
Iron Lad,
if you can go with Electro, you can Leech, and then you can Odin it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yep. I'm gonna say something stupid. You Electro, play Leech, they Loki, snap you, Odin the Leech. That's that's probably never gonna happen, but we can multi-trigger Leech, which we couldn't do in the
Yeah.
past.
I also really want to see it with Iron Lad. That's another way to get potentially 2 different leeches out, and also get it on an earlier turn. I mean, if you get lucky and you play like Zabu Iron Lad, you could potentially leech on
3.
As early as 3. You can just have really chaotic disruption.
Well, and I think that other players will be happy that it can now at least be blocked by Cosmo, which it makes it a little more tolerable that I can use the 3/3 to stop a 5/3. Obviously, you have to guess a little bit where it's going, but at least it's a little something.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the past, like Lady Deathstrike was the only thing that could really effectively kill it, and you have to guess it correctly on the right turn, and you can't play something instead of Lady Deathstrike. That was the problem.
Usually, the best answer to Leech was Galactus, because you destroy it.
Yeah,
and usually when they play Leech, their priority is not good because they didn't throw a lot of points. That was a good way, but that was very, very specific.
And then Supergiant was also held Leech at bay too. That was kind of nice. He buried a card.
Supergiant had his own. I mean, Supergiant still keeps Leech at bay because unless you can play it on 4, which is the same turn as Supergiant.
I went back to a Supergiant deck when there was a round when Leech came out and like Vengeance again, and I was like, okay, back to Supergiant because I can still do this.
Silvermint, what's the big conclusion on Leech? You have 1 sentence.
Leech has narrower uses. Let's see, comma. Still worth it.
Did they ditch the must play on 5 must play by 5, right? You can play it on.
Yep.
Oh, you could play Leech on 6 in the past if you wanted. It was a 5/3. Just like you can play Magic on turn 6 if you like. It's a 3/2.
Yeah. The new text is remove the text from each card with an on reveal ability in your opponent's hand. So it's just an on reveal. It does it as soon as you play it.
You can disable their on reveals and the game ends. They'll end with no on reveals. That can be pretty good BM. I mean, you won, you just drop Leech on turn 6, you're like, yeah, never needed it. Alright.
That's actually interesting. Yeah, the turn 6 Leeches. Fun.
Alright, I'll take Miek because it's really simple.
Tiny Vision.
It's a straightforward buff. I don't think there's like debate on whether the card is like equal, worse, or better. Like Leech, it's better. It's kind of scary to think that now this card can reposition its points. Because that's about the only thing it was pretty bad at. So now with Miek plus Proxima Midnight, like, we can like keep a location low, so we know Proxima Midnight goes there, and then move Miek towards it. Like, we can have like a 10 to 15 power location, while that's something we were not supposed to be able to play on.
I think the thing that's worth saying here about their recent changes to discard is it used to be the fun lottery random number generator deck, but you had very little control about how it landed. Each of the big changes, like now you know Proxima's going to go to a lane where you need her.
You can go back to the changes to Blade and stuff like that.
Yep. Now you know which card's going to go. Meek, you can now reposition. It's becoming less random number generator each time. It's becoming fun to play with.
Right, we're not. I don't think we need to spend an hour on Miek.
Nope.
Ah! Alright. Who wants Mockingbird?
I can do that one.
Alright.
Okay. So Mockingbird. Every card that didn't start in your deck that's in play, reduces its cost. So you can very easily end up with a 0-9 or a 1-9. This is absurdly powerful in a lot of different decks. That's the nice thing. Obviously, Loki can benefit a little bit, although I am worried about the tempo. I think it's not going to end up being as good for Loki as we maybe feared or hoped. Thanos loves this card. I mean, goodness, anything that generates new cards. There's a lot of places to put it.
This card likes it too, right? Because you have Helicarrier.
A Swarm,
Well,
right? A lot of things.
With Helicarrier is if Miek replaces Collector, we might not run Helicarrier anymore.
Yeah. And then Swarm is going to be a bit narrow. Honestly, it's almost interesting to think of, like, usually you would only run the card generating cards like, Cable, Mantis, Agent 13, Coulson. You'd only really run them if you're trying to do a Loki or if you're trying to run some kind of collector deck. Now there's a case to do some of these things almost as a tech pairing with Mockingbird. You can get Mockingbird cheaper. You can learn something about your opponent's deck. What is the 2-cost Mirage? You get a more powerful version of one of their cards, and you can now play Mockingbird cheaper. I can see some like flex packages maybe using card generation now, which is interesting.
I think. I mean, the 4/4 was it? What's her name? Roller Girl. Gosh, I can't think of her name. Devil Dinosaur, and I can't think of the 4x4.
Moon Girl.
Moon Girl. I mean, she is now with like, she can pass and 0/0 your She-Hulks or reduce them to 1/1s, play them earlier out, and you still have a 5/9 that's or a 4/9 or a 3/9 that you can play on like a later turn, or you can double it.
Yeah,
Moon Girl doubles it, and then
yeah, but also like throw in like Quinjet in the discount. But where I'm really kind of excited to play with Mockingbird is think of the cards that we don't normally think of as card generators, but still produce clones. So Debris, Brood, Mr. Sinister, these are all these copies. They don't actually start in your deck. So you can play Brood, and just by playing Brood alone, Mockingbird is a 3/9. Are you kidding me? Like, this is absurd, the things you can do with Mockingbird.
Do they count? Because doesn't the card say played? And I don't know does Brood count as a played card? Or is it created card? That may be. So I know it's semantics, but I don't know until I see it. I don't know.
The text of Mockingbird is costs 1 less for each of your cards in play that didn't start in your deck.
Oh, in play. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
And now we look at Brood. Add 2 Broodlings here with the same power. So they weren't in your deck to begin with, those Broodlings.
Jeez.
So just by playing Debris, like Debris will add 2 stones to your side, 2 stones to their side. You play Debris for 3 points, or for 3 cost, the next turn Mockingbird is a 1/9.
So you have like Mockingbird plus Killmonger on turn 4, and you clean your board up and keep going. That's crazy.
You play Squirrel Girl, okay, and it's a 3/9.
On turn 3, wow.
Right, so the thing with this is like we already had reasons to think with Hope Summers that Mobius was becoming mandatory include. As people start to play around with more than just the obvious Mockingbird things, it's actually going to matter that you slam Mobius basically as quickly as possible. Because, like, I don't know, like if I can do Squirrel Girl plus Mockingbird on 3, fine, drop your Mobius on 3 as well. I've already got my 9-pointer down. So
You can Squirrel Girl on 1, Grandmaster on 2, and drop your Mockingbird.
No, because it's cards in play.
Right, so
They are in
Squirrel
your
Girl
if you
hand, not in play.
no, I think
What's
he's
in
saying
your
if
hand?
if you Grandmaster the Squirrel Girl, it moves to another location and creates another 2
Oh,
squirrels.
Squirrel Girl. I heard Snow Guard.
No,
Squirrel
yeah,
Girl.
Squirrel Girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
Squirrel Girl
okay.
is what I said.
Which, by the way, considering what Brood does now, and Mockingbird and Squirrel Girl Debris, we're gonna see some Patriot decks. Like, there's got to
That's
be
a good
like
point.
a Return of Patriot.
I mean, with Hope Summers and Patriot, we can Doom on 5. So that means
Uh-huh.
Mockingbird is a 3, which means we can double 3 on 6.
This is why I'm losing my mind on Mockingbird, because there's like 17 decks I want to try immediately.
That's a good point,
It is unbelievable as a card. I mean, people are talking about like Inshanaut or the Leech nerf. Is that going to affect Inshanaut? Honestly, I think one of the reasons Inshanaut suffers now is I want to play the un-high evoed version of those cards.
Is that a fine resume?
Fine resume.
Here.
Just did everything.
Wait.
Yeah, I think it's a good. I think you summed it up.
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Elsa. Who's doing Elsa?
So I can do Elsa. So Elsa goes to 3 power, and
Elsa is basically what she was back in October, except
before.
she's a 3-3
Right.
instead of a 2-3. So
Right,
like,
she's a 3/3,
imagine
so-
old Elsa and they nerfed it by adding a power to it.
Right. So it's a little. It breaks. Your curve changes a little bit. Now Elsa's a 3+1 on 4 behind Hope instead of being the 2 to 3 Elsa Hope. I mean, the nice thing is maybe you don't guarantee where Hope is going. You don't show where Hope is going. But the fact, 2 things I think about it. One is the fact that it does, it hits every card everywhere, which means Bounce is going to love it again. Kitty Clyde loves it again. You're no longer bound to one lane with it. It's gonna come out and be a lot more useful. Hitmonkey's gonna love it again. I think that's great. I think also what's really important that I don't know if anyone's talking about the part that I heard when I was reading it. I was like, this is exciting to me. Is that it now hits the on reveals before the on reveals go off?
Yeah,
So
yep.
Spider-Man likes it. And I thought, I don't know how many times I played Spider-Man into that lane and went, dang it. I forgot that it goes second, not first. And so I don't gain the buff on the 3/5. So, and that goes for, of course, I mean, there's a whole slew of them that I think that's going to be very beneficial too as well. So I like that factor. For that flexibility. So I think it shows up more. I think you're going to find it in more places, and it's going to be super. It's going to provide some nice power again. But I think it goes back into play.
Yeah.
But,
And
especially with Hope. I think before when it was I think before when, I think with Hope now, there's so much power on the board, or so much energy available that people are looking for things to do with it. And I think this will, oh, look, I'm going to use my Kitty Pride more and gain more buffs and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, try to sum up everything.
Move, really loves it. And it is worth noting that these still have to be cards that count as played. So you'll win, like, on the first day, a couple of games against people who thought that Brood, all of those would get a +2 or something.
No, it's written in the patch, doesn't buff Brood.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to win a couple games against people who think it now counts for everything. It's still a play trigger, right? But, Mysterio, part of what happened with the old bounce decks is Mysterio disappeared, because it was the one card that could exploit counts as played on every turn, or on every lane.
Yeah, I mean, we could replay Mysterio, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
Yeah,
any drawback, Elsa? Like, is there anything
Uh,
negative about it?
I mean, I think you can deal with this, but it's worth noting 3/3 does hurt the curve a little bit.
Why?
There are right now just a lot of fun things you want to be playing on 3. So if you're playing it with Hope and then you drop Elsa on it, you immediately get that energy back. It's fine, but we can't just say that nothing happened to it. Like, one of the things that was beautiful about it is how early you could drop it and start building in every lane.
I think also too that, I mean, behind Hope or whatever as a 2-drop, it matches really well with like what do you call it, the Shark. It goes really well on a 2/2, right? You could drop it, play and then slide left or right. So I think you lose a little bit there, but I think overall, the fact that you can play off lane is overshadows any
Yes.
negative effect to it.
Yeah. But, it's still worth noting, but I don't think it's like a nerf or anything. It's appropriate. It's appropriate. There should, if it's going to affect all 3 lanes, it's got to cost a little more.
And it goes into Surfer now. Like, it becomes is it like a must include in a Surfer deck now? I mean, it seems like it would be.
I don't know. A lot of what Surfer loves are precisely the cards that aren't helped by it. Like, Brood would allow you to then, your 4th card can count. But if I'm doing that, I think I'd rather Spider-Man off of the Brood lane or something, get a stronger Spider-Man, etc., etc.
I've heard of a Surfer move deck.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I think that's going to be played with a little bit rather than like the standard
auto
Surfer.
buff Shaw, right? You can play Shaw anywhere and get a buff. You can make Shaw your 4th card, and Shaw now is a 3-drop. I mean, a 3-drop that comes in and auto buffs itself, right? You don't have to. It doesn't have to in double buff it if you play it with Surfer. On the same. So I mean, I think there's a lot of strong.
Yeah.
And the on-reveal trigger second, right? So it would also buff Gladiator, so that becomes a 3/10 before it pulls its card in.
Yep. And if you're a madman like me who likes to play Nico and Shaw, to potentially get a second Shaw, now you can put both Shaws on lanes that are almost full. You've got some interesting toys to play with here.
It's much better to get Elsa. Feels
That's
nasty.
another beautiful.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I remember those days.
What is is it Bar Sinister, the one that gives you 4 copies? Like, just all the times you would slam Elsa right there and just say,
That's what we did back in October. We would purposefully lose Bar Sinister, but just let our opponent know you have no shot on the other 2 lanes.
That's right, that's right. Oh, man.
Alright, Cable and Mantis.
They're cards.
You remember that? No. I remember them now.
No, look, so there are some good things about these cards, right? All jokes aside.
First, are they equal? Because I don't think they're equal at all. I think there's one good and one I don't care.
So Cable now draws the Mantis plays out of your hand and Cable plays from your deck, correct?
So, Cable pulls a card from the opponent's deck. Mantis copies one of the cards that were played in front of her.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Mantis is a tiny leader now.
No. Because she copies only on the lane. Leader copies the highest cost wherever.
So you still have to match. You still have to match Mantis. And does the card come into play, or does the card show up in your hand?
No, the card comes in your hand.
So it's kind of like a weaker.
It's basically a Guardian of the Galaxy, except of extra energy, you get the card in your hand.
That's like Mirage, then, in some way.
Well, Mirage gives you the lowest cost card. Mantis gives you the card they just played. If you get it right. Mm-hmm. Mirage can never get it wrong, unless they have 0 cards in hand.
Right. No. That's what I'm saying. So, so I don't know. It seems a little like it. Maybe we hit some nice shots with it, but it's going to be great on 5 and stuff like that for, into Avengers or something. It'd be good on Avengers, but you probably have something better to do anyways. I don't think it's that I don't think it's that good. I think it's still like the rock, paper, scissors of it. You still have to throw it.
Yeah, to me, there's really only Cable that's worth discussing because
Yeah.
Cable
Yep.
might be better than Mirage now. It's definitely better than Sentinel, but there are a lot of combo decks which I'm pretty sure you Spider Ham on turn 2, Cable on turn Spider Ham on turn 1, Cable on turn 2, and a lot of the time their deck doesn't function anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
Yeah, I think a good disruption is going
I
to be
think in
good.
a
But
Loki deck, like if we look at the way Loki is built right now, which is like 7 or 8 counter cards, and then Loki, Cable is so good in there.
It also lets you know early on if you should be planning to use Loki to actually generate cards, or if you're using something like Dinosaur to win on points. If you
Dinosaur?
Spider Ham,
But we just said Mockingbird released. Who's playing Dinosaur
or like
anymore?
fair. So
Yeah.
if you're just using some big point, if you're trying to play proactively without using Loki, if you Cable and Spider Ham on the first 2 turns, you have a pretty decent sense of how you should play your next few turns. That matters if you're using a Miss Marvel version of the Loki deck, where you have to you don't necessarily know which cards you're going to get and where to play lane safely, right? This is really good information for Loki.
All right.
Yeah. Honestly, Loki should change a little bit to take advantage of Mockingbird. Like, I want Mirage, I want Cable.
I think we just literally play the Loki we were playing, except Mirage becomes Cable and Dino becomes Mockingbird. But that's just me.
I think there's also more. I mean, I think what you'll see with Loki now is there's going to be more interesting. You're going to have like a, I guess, dichotomy between, well, what are my choices now in the early game? Do I want to play cards out of my hand, or do I want to build my hand to like Loki? I think you're more likely going to play Snow Guard. You'll play Snow Guard on 1, and then on 3 you're more likely to want to throw something out to soften some of the other cards. Like so I think you're going to see some. It's going to create maybe your lanes are going to go in kind of 2 directions really strongly from the beginning. I guess. You're going to start to feel that more.
All right, let's build a deck for each of those cards. Then we can get to playing.
Sounds good.
So, we'll go with the easy ones. So, do I have it somewhere?
You just put Mockingbird into the thing and say auto build.
So we have the Thanos deck. We're happy. Like, literally, this is a deck list that existed already. I took out Professor X, I put Mockingbird in. Oh my god, I'm such a deck builder.
I mean, this is how you can tell that the Time Stone was not really nerfed, right? Like, you just swapped in a new card release.
Exactly. But if we want to test Mockingbird with the other idea, we could. There's one thing we need to talk about Mockingbird, which is there might be a Mobius problem eventually. But,
like immediately? Yeah.
Yeah, like right now everyone's gonna play Mobius. Anyway, so let's say that the Thanos deck is for Time Stone, not for Mockingbird. So, which Mockingbird idea do we want to test? Someone mentioned Patriot?
I want to try Patriot, yeah.
Alright, let's go with
I
Patriot.
think
So, what am I putting
especially
in my Patriot?
if we're anticipating Mobius, we want to be able to get Mockingbird down really fast. So I want maybe a Sinister, because that's going to help discount Mockingbird and Patriot. Already benefits from Mr. Sinister. Obviously, we want Brood.
And do you want?
Sorry, what?
Do you play Chavez?
Do you
Buff everyone?
Yeah, why not?
Squirrel Girl? Do you want Squirrel Girl too? Since you're worried about speed.
Well, yeah. So now we're going to face a trade-off. Like, are we going to do a Patriot Surfer combo, which is going to affect this, or are we just doing pure Patriot? That's kind of where I'm pausing for a sec.
Here's a question. Does Nico's turning your card into a demon count towards Mockingbird?
Yeah. Well, you could play Hood.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah.
So what's creating cards? What's the original
It's-
deck first? So there's Doctor Doom. Is there another 6? Are we playing the Super Giant? I think people are playing Super Giant in this, right? Like the last time I played the deck was this. I don't remember exactly what was it.
I would almost wonder if this is a time to play something like Ravonna and Iron Man Mystique.
I think it was Iron
And then
Man.
Patriot can be discounted.
I don't know if there
Yeah,
was.
Mystique, I think, is in the deck.
Mystique can be in it, but we need to cut stuff.
Um,
Let's cut this. Oh,
is Forge? Let's see.
Forge would replace Chavez, I guess. Because right now, if you want Mystique, and what was the other one you wanted?
I don't know. Maybe Ravonna, but if we're expecting Mobius, maybe it's not the right time.
Do you want to buff all the cards in your hand? Do you want to use something like Nakia or whatever? Or
No, we don't
Nakia
have time
or
for
Koyu?
that.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Squirrel Girl. Honestly.
Yeah, that was my first thought. Because you wanted speed, a 1/1.
Yeah, the best way to dodge Mobius, right?
Because then it's what? It's what? 2 plus Sinister on. So that's 3. So that makes her down. Mockingbird's a 2 on 3.
Isn't
So it's a little
Onslaught
awkward.
better than Mystique then?
Yeah, I would drop Mystique. Like if we're worried about Mobius and that discounts using Ravonna, then we don't need a Mystique.
Do we just this?
Let
Slam points.
me think. Which one did you just add?
Onslaught.
Onslaught. Thinking. What else do we want to? Let's see.
Don't think about the
I
cards.
don't know.
Think about the direction of the deck. Think about what do you want to execute.
I'm almost. Yeah. Let's see.
So you want your 5/6 to be like Blue Marvel Onslaught or Patriot onto Onslaught onto the Patriot lane. So you need to have another 3-drop there. So Brood. So I think. So your goal is to get Mockingbird out quick. If our best scenario, though, if our best run is, let's say we do Squirrel Girl, Sinister, and then we have a discounted Mockingbird that we're trying to get out, that's a 2-drop. So the only thing that's working with that is Chavez. So if not, we're just, I mean, a 2/9 isn't bad, but I'm just saying, do we want something else to play alongside of that, or do we want more
I don't know.
flexibility?
A debris could be interesting. Almost like a debris Khazar, maybe even now, because we've got. No, I don't know. Maybe we're doubling down on the one cost too much. Like with Patriot in our deck, those will still be worth some points. We'll do a little bit of junking of their side, and we can slam Mockingbird. Problem is, we start to fill up our lanes really quickly.
Well, then you cut Iron Man and you go for wide plan. Something like that.
So why are we having Onslaught now? Just to copy the Patriot?
Is Blue Marvel Patriot?
Blue Marvel, Patriot.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it's
a
not
power.
necessarily Onslaught. It's just
That's
looking for a
plus
6.
you're running Iron Lad too, right? You're running Iron Lad.
Yeah.
So if you get the Onslaught, then that's gorgeous.
Let's see.
You could run Wasp.
How does it?
People run Wasp in the. Yeah, if we have Squirrel Girl on 1, could go for Forge.
Is there anything we feel like we're missing here?
It's a pretty good card.
There's Dazzler as well, could work.
And if we've got Onslaught in there, that's interesting.
Some people are running Pixie in this.
Do do we really need it? I mean, Mockingbird's already going to be cheap. We're fine playing Doom or Onslaught on 6.
Pixie's so hit or miss. Like, I mean, I don't mean literally, but I mean, like, I know that's
Yeah.
literally what it does, but it seems that I really wish they would release, like, if I'd love to get the information of how it actually flips out the whole deck at the end, like, I'd really like to see the spread of all the cards so I can really understand, like, how random, because I played it for a while, and it seemed like almost nothing came back good. You know, once in a while I get like a cheap Doom, but it was so rare. It almost, you have to balance the cards so carefully.
Yeah.
If we
What
want to
I'm
play, we gotta build fast.
yeah.
Are we
all right.
happy with this, or are there things that we want to read?
I mean, it seems like a good start. We're playing with some different
Yeah.
ideas with the degree.
All right.
Yeah. Can we throw that up real quick again? I'll screenshot it and.
I'll keep them all. But...
Okay. Got it. Oh. Yep. Wait. Yeah, got it. Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do the low-key deck real quick because it's fast. We're literally just jam our deck with tech cards. That's the look deck. What's the last card? Hope?
I've seen the Loki not play with. Oh my gosh, that's really messed up. Because your goal is to pick up their hope, but I mean,
Otherwise, we could play like a turn like we could play an Alioth, we could play that kind of stuff. Play Mirage, play plenty of cards we can.
sorry, boy, it's not.
We need to get cards in play for this.
Right. So what brings up? I mean, do we still have room for another cheap? I mean, do we want to play another cheap too? Like, do we want to put Mirage back in?
Depends what do you play for.
We're trying to get it's a cheap one drop. Trying to think what else goes.
And we could play Alioth or that kind of stuff against combo deck. Basically, we're playing a control deck with Loki to change our deck when.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just throw in Alioth because I like it, but we'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
That one.
So we did Time Stone, we did Mockingbird, we did Cable. Leech! Where do we play Leech? You said Lockjaw. I don't mind Lockjaw.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we want to play it in Ella Lockjaw? Do we want to play it... Oh crap, it's strong in Ella Lockjaw. It might be better in Sen. I don't know if it's better. Because otherwise there's the Hammer Lockjaw, but that deck doesn't do it.
So did the Yondu card not go through? Is that what happened? Oh no, it did. Okay.
What?
The Yondu, you said Yondu didn't happen.
It did. What? No, I said it's not gonna change anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could play it something like that and Leech. That's just boring. Let's try the Hammer deck. Maybe this helps it. There's Odin in it.
Mm-hmm.
What else is in there? Yeah. What's the early game for?
Let's see. Do we want to do a Zabu?
But, I guess we do Jubilee as well. That works.
I need you to put the Loki deck back up. I missed one. Or two. Okay, oh, it is Zabu. Okay. I thought you were taking. Okay.
Okay, now what else do we want to do? What else would benefit from...
Play Shang, but it's boring to. Leader? Leader is a good 6 behind Lockjaw. It's just Lockjaw on reveal, basically.
Do we want, 0. Let's see.
Magneto. We want Magneto.
Ah.
Want. Why not? We want a 1.
We
Do
want-
we want a tree? I think we want a 1, a tree, or a big guy.
Do we want maybe Mobius just as tech?
Let's see. What are some good unreveals? I mean, there could be Vision. There could be that kind of stuff. What good unreveals do
You have the
Here what
Spider
you
Ham
say.
is good.
Do you want
Spider
to...
Ham.
Is there a benefit to
Right.
maybe doing Hope and then Lockjaw, and then anything that goes on that lane gives you energy as well, or do we not really need that for the... I don't know, you could get Magneto out
I'm
earlier
not
that
sure I
way.
want a tree because now we have Zabu in the deck, so our goal is kind of skip it. We have Thor because we need to play it, but I mean it's Thor or Zabu. You don't want like 50
Yeah.
options.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm kind of leaning towards like a 1, a 2, or maybe another big guy.
Maybe Vision or
Vision was what we took out for Leech from the traditional.
oh, I see.
I think Leader could be okay with Leech because Leech removes the abilities, but it pushes you to just play high power cards, which Leader kind of benefits from.
It's a good way of looking at it.
Wave? No, we said no. A good. This. Oh.
Is there a benefit to... I don't know. No, if we did a lad, it summons an extra hammer, but it doesn't... Yeah.
It doesn't benefit from it.
Yeah.
Aliyeth. Today is offering Aliyeth. The problem with Aliyeth is this deck I don't feel like is gonna have priority a lot of the time. We're gonna pop off on turn 6 when we trigger the hammers and everything, but until then we don't have that much power. Like I think if we go up against a Thanos or something like that, we never have priority going into those matches. There's Namora going in. What? How strong are you? What? +5? Wow. Alright. I'm gonna give +5 to Jeff.
Yeah. And that's an option, a Jeff.
Good play, Jeff. I was kind of looking for a non-reveal and just benefit from it, but... Blob? Everyone's running Shang-Chi. I don't know.
I don't know. We could just be. So, do we want this to try to win a lane? Or are we just trying to trigger Lockjaw with something fun?
What about Doc Ock?
What about what?
Doc Ock.
I mean, we have Leech. They basically feel the same function, which is your hand is useless. The difference here is Leech is something we're gonna play behind Lockjaw, while Doc Ock is better to pop from Lockjaw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Okoye? Maybe Leader works better. Still their highest power. I think Leader is fine, but Leader makes this a very high-rolly deck. Maybe that's the way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
What did
that's
people
the
used
way.
to run here?
Let's put in Leader as a placeholder. Like, the goal is to test anyway, so we're not gonna get it right the first time. Alright. Oh, we're gonna make a Miek deck. Wow, that's gonna take a while. Can I do it with only one word?
I guess the question is, do you want the Black Knight version or the not Black Knight version?
What am I missing? What am I missing? Wait,
Where's Proxima?
Yeah, but she's not in the
Yeah.
discard cards in Zelda? What? Travesty. Why is Wolverine and X-23 in there, but Proxima isn't?
Because if I mean we know why the wolves are in there, but you
When this is discarded, I type discard. What is wrong with you, Proxima? Doesn't want to be part of the party.
want Glaive? Do you want Glaive?
What about oh sorry, what?
Do you want Glaive?
Well, we need one more, but this deck doesn't really need extra energy. The extra energy is nice if you run Ellie Carrier as the last one, but I feel like now I was just gonna add like El Cow or like Sword Master or something like that to be.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best deck currently?
Do
the best deck is actually Glaive. Yeah, the best deck is.
Wait, we didn't have Glaive in there? Oh, yeah, let's add Glaive.
Yeah, but like it's just I was trying to ponder if we needed a +1 energy. Yeah, it's never bad.
I mean, if we really want something like, Hella Carrier again, those things would potentially trigger No, then why are you trying to keep Mockingbird?
This
No,
is
never
literally
mind.
the highest win rate deck, the highest win rate deck in the game, except collectors instead of Miek. But
all right, then let's definitely break it and add weird things to it.
all right, Elsa. So, do we want to go bounce? Do we want to go surfer? Do we want to go move?
Go move.
Armor Surfer? Because Move is doing pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, so Elsa, you want Kitty, Nightcrawler, Craven, Jeff.
So, how many cards come with move? Oh, I
Magneto.
get all the remove ones.
Oh, I see. Wait, we want Kitty, Craven. Let's see, what else do we need? Craven, Jeff, we've got
I like Kingpin.
You only have Spider-Man.
Yeah, you know what I found Kingpin worked really well with is Kingpin plus Cloak.
Oh, add Silk.
I'm not sure we have space for it, because I made this deck for the I made this deck for the article, and I had to pick between Silk and Angela. Oh, Silk or Angela? Do we want Silk or Angela?
Silk.
Maybe Angela.
Ha! See, Judai, you get to pick. The best performing decks have Shang-Chi and Angela. Blue die is on Angela. Alright. Well, we could cut Shang-Chi because I'm tired of the dude. We just go like this.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, we want to know if our deck works, not if our deck can steal games. Shang-Chi will help a deck. Alright, we have 5 decks and 6 changes. What did we not do? We did... Oh, because we don't have the Thanos deck in the rotation, because we already know that's freaking... Okay, who goes first? What do they play? So I guess we go in order. Patriot, Supplement?
Yeah, I can do it. Let me share.
Go.
Okay, and sharing live. There we go. So let's see, which one am I doing here? Let's go to main. And Mockingbird. Okay. And you've got the stream?
Up. Let's go.
All right. Okay, I'm going to skip this. Oh, I love that new undo and turn. Thank you.
Now we can be as undisciplined as we want.
That's right.
Already we wanted to snap in real life. Now we want to undo stuff in real life because of snap.
Oh,
We're so
this
happy with
is...
that. We're so happy with that function.
Yeah, this is not a great draw so far, but we're about to catch up. It's fine. All right, so they're going to play Phoenix Force, looks like. Oh, that doesn't help. Okay, so Brood or Squirrel Girl gives us the same. Uses tempo better right now to use Brood. I guess we could play it here. Well, hold on. Now we can't do Brood and Doctor Doom. Well, that's fine. I still think there. No, wait. They're going to be really great on that lane. Whereas I can buff Patriot here. I think I want to play there instead.
Well, you can't play it left, so yeah, middle or right.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, we know what we're up against. So what are we up against?
I mean, I was going to assume Phoenix Force, and I still do.
What did they eat with Carnage?
Didn't I see a wait, you can actually check this, but it was a fire guy. Yeah, Human Torch.
Okay, so
Fire
what
guy.
happens next turn, you think?
They are going to play Phoenix Force in the middle and Ghost Spider, which is now a 0 cost, on the right to bring over Phoenix Force Human Torch.
Okay.
That's my guess. Yeah. So I think
No.
No?
Oh, you have Squirrel Girl,
Okay.
so you're gonna pay that much cheaper later on.
Mm-hmm.
I would Squirrel Girl to the right, Patriot left. And then your Mockingbird cost 1, so next turn you can Iron Lad and Mockingbird.
All right, I like it.
We're a proactive deck. We gotta think about our energies and how we're using them. The
Mhm.
goal with, I would understand playing Mockingbird
Wait,
as early as
wait.
possible. Yeah, they suck.
Wait, what did they just do?
They did.
Wait,
They did a mix of I don't have Phoenix Force and I don't know what I'm doing. Or
Oh, wow,
they just did
okay.
this so they can move their cards back. But please, benefit from it.
I'm gonna do this so I can play Doom later, probably.
You're gonna move everything. That's +2s. Like, why wouldn't
Okay.
you take +2? Even if they kingpin you, it's a 0. Like, it doesn't change anything. They stay the same.
So now the question is, I know I'm gonna have an
Okay,
Onslaught and a Patriot there. Do I want to Blue Marvel here?
Okay, what's left in your deck?
The one time I don't have the tracker up.
Click on your face.
Oh, yes.
Deck. Does that work? They didn't do it.
Wait.
Okay, don't worry.
No, they didn't.
So this is the deck.
So
We have Debris, Forge, Absorbing Man, and Sinister. So none of that is really good. Just Blue Marvel left.
Blue
Blue Marvel left? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So next turn, worst case, you just Onslaught on Blue Marvel and Patriot.
Wait, what are they doing here?
You're infinite already, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not a bot.
Yeah.
Okay, and now you can decide whether you want Iron Lad, well, Forge Iron Lad, Onslaught the left. Question is, do you want to contest metal, or do you want to give them metal and be strong on the sides?
I want to be strong on the sides, and I have priority, so they can't. I mean, they've played so. What do they have here? So they might have a. Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think that was a fine move. I have no idea what they were going to try to build here. They'd already used their Ghost Spider. They'd already. But they might have like a Nimrod and that Carnage there or something. I don't know. Yeah. It was a weird hand, but. Okay. Let me see. And why is Untapped? Meanwhile, has to download an update. Let's go again. I was wondering why that wasn't going. Okay. Okay.
Where this guy works.
We don't need it.
Interesting. Okay, there's our tracker. Good. So I'm skipping this again.
Zoo?
I mean, it could just be destroy.
How does X23 tells you Zoo?
I'm joking, of course, because it's a one drop, right?
Okay.
Right.
Fair. Yes. So I don't want to debris right now because, let's not give them cheap things to destroy, and I'm not going to plug any lanes, which is when it's fun to use. Forge seems straightforward. May as well do it here because I know I'm not going to play any of my ongoings there. Seems fine.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to do too much there.
The Deathlock counts towards the, what do you call it, doesn't it? Towards Mockingbird.
Yeah, because it didn't start in your deck.
Yep. That's handy. All right, there's Nico, so we're definitely dealing with a Zoo deck now. Okay. I want to wait on my Squirrel Girl and Debris until they maybe Killmonger. What do I have here? I've got an Iron Lad, which could be Sinister, Patriot, Brood, Mockingbird, Doom. I'm fine with almost all of those. I think I want to Iron Lad middle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's...
Yeah. What's here?
No, it's just I opened the chat of the channel, and I thought it would show on the other window of Discord, and show it on the one on the screen. So, should I? Now everyone can see what you're writing.
Good. Okay,
Right.
I'm not mad at that 8.
Why are you mad at this? Like, Brood
No,
was
I said
better,
I'm not mad.
But that's the close.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm very happy. Let's see here. Absorbing Man could be fun. Blue Marvel. Wait, what am I playing on 6? Hold on.
Blue Marvel plus Squirrel Girl? Blue Marvel plus Onslaught. Onslaught on 6?
That sounds terrible with 3 cards on the board.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's going to be.
Absorbing plus squirrel.
This one's
Yeah, I don't want to play. I mean, I could just throw Deathlock on the left. They don't have time to really take advantage of it. I don't have Mockingbird though, so why would I? I think Absorbing Man right, Squirrel Girl. I don't know, middle, or honestly even left.
They have 5 cards in hand. That's not gonna trouble them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll do it because I want to try to contest middle, or I guess I could do it right. Yeah.
Yeah, and how does that change anything?
Yeah.
Well, because that's going to benefit from maybe a Patriot or something next turn.
You top deck Patriot, what are you gonna play it with?
Debris would give me some options. I mean, it's not my best outcome, but
Yeah, I just don't understand why you're so focused on contesting the middle when it's already your strongest lane.
with a destroyed deck, I have no idea what the strongest lane is going to be because they drop a death or a null. It gets very fast.
Then why are you focused on contesting the middle if you don't know where their points are gonna be?
Because now it's less clear for them where they need to put their points. Which maybe that's a mistake, but
4.
let's see. Patriot, I have priority. Patriot Sinister, not huge.
Or Patriot to. I mean, it's just the same.
Yeah. Some more points to Deathlock Patriot, maybe. I mean, that's only going to be a, what is it? 2/6 basically. No, yeah, it's better to this end, maybe this.
Why didn't you want to contest middle? Then Patriot better in the middle.
And so we're hoping we also win right that way.
I mean, I don't see why what that extra point matters on the left. Because on the left, they're gonna either drop a big card or they're gonna give it up.
Yeah.
While in the middle, maybe that 1 point has an impact.
So you got center.
Really waiting to see where that drops.
Oh
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay.
The
That's
1 point!
By 1 point, yes.
Nah, you would have still won left and right, but
You want either way.
But yeah, fair point. Yeah, that seemed to work pretty well. What are we noticing about this so far? So I've had to skip.
You haven't drawn Mockingbird once?
Oh, we did. Just at the point where last game it just wasn't useful. At that point, let's see. We've got we haven't drawn anything on the first 2 turns we could use so far. We haven't so far used the onslaught combo, but I don't feel like we have enough data quite yet. But
we have 2 games. That's 1 more than Bishop needs.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Like now we have like 2 different sample sizes.
All right, here's something we can actually do.
We knew at one game.
Oh, can I please draw Mockingbird? Let's see. Well, no, wait. None of these are. These are all really expensive, and
you can draw it. You just can't play it.
Yeah. No, never mind.
You can just pass.
Yep. Okay. Feel like I know who you are. So, yeah, there's an argument that the right could be unplayable, but we also have Claw in case it is. This maybe tries to give us priority, which could be handy. Seems fine. The only problem is if we get Brood later, I would rather have something else. But, we don't have Brood right now, so this seems like the way. Yeah. Hi, Mockingbird. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. I'm actually just right now wondering, what happens if we negative? It doesn't help us at all, really, except for blue marble being cheaper and everything else is worse. Okay. Fair.
No, well, your Patriots better.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Huh. Let's see. We don't want to Sif, obviously. So we're skipping or just doing a debris right now. On the middle, maybe. Yeah, try to fill up that left. That seems fine. That seems fine. All right. Run out of time. I just used my time. Okay, fine. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Ah, it's not worth getting rid of my Doom just to play a 7 Sif, so shoot. I guess we could just forge right now. Next thing is good. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. Maybe forge on the right.
We do Spider-Woman?
Or possibly claw. We could, if we get brood, or if we get iron lad, that changes things. Well, this seems fine. Okay, interesting. Is that? Yeah, created by Trescallion. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, hold on. So we don't. Well, let's see. Let me think about next turn. So we're probably playing Doom next turn. What are the odds? Yeah, drawing Onslaught wouldn't help us really unless it's on a claw lane. Brood could still help us, but then it would compete with Doom for other things we might want to do. I kind of feel like Claw here to try to give Crown City as much of a boost as possible. And it still leaves things open.
Isn't it better to... Because you don't have priority, isn't it better to just Spider-Woman middle, get the buff in Crown City, then next turn surprise them with Claw?
How do you win left then?
Yeah.
How do
You don't win left, you win Crown City, which wins you left.
Okay.
Because the thing is,
Yeah.
if you play Claw with 6 on the left, okay, but you lose the surprise ability, and they know kinda how much you can put. While now, they can't really play around it. You just got
okay.
three energy.
Look at that.
Why are we
You get
complaining?
some energy.
I mean, that ended up going pretty well.
That's a 13. That's pretty good. 513.
Okay, so now we have some options. We could, let's see, does Doom and Patriot win enough versus, say, Claw and Brood? Let's see, we don't need to win the middle anymore. We're not going to try to compete for the right, so forget Claw for a second. We could just do Mockingbird and Brood on the... No. Patriot right, Brood left? Is that...
That's plus 6. That's 12 on the left. If you want to compete for the left, it's just better to go Mockingbird Lady Sif.
Mockingbird, Sif, and what did you say?
That's it. That's just said that's 14 when Brood Patriot is 12.
Yep. and this would go up by 2 more if we did Patriot. But can they get 11 there? Yeah, they can get 11. I don't know. There's a chance.
We can get 15 center, right?
Yep. No chance.
Well, we knew Thanos was.
Yep. So, yeah, none of the other things we could have done. If we had done Spider-Woman left, yeah, we still wouldn't have been able to compete.
She did Spider-Woman. Like, the thing is, in the middle,
Yeah.
remove the 10 from Spider-Woman, still doesn't... You have no way to beat 25 when you start at 7.
Yeah.
Like, you needed to put 19 in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
When, with one card in your deck, you put 19.
Let's see. So if we had done something like a Claw and Patriot on the left, and Doom, let's see. So Doom would have been I don't know, Doombot would have been 7 with that. Claw would have added 6 more here.
That's 13.
That's still
10.
underneath. Yeah,
20.
still under. Yeah. Yep. All right, fair.
All right, Bishop. What are we playing?
I can either do the Loki, I guess.
You can do the Loki.
Sorry, my tablet died just as
Do the Loki
you were
dance.
finishing. Sorry. I had to jump over and restart now on my phone.
Anyone getting the Bishop very, very narrow column menu?
Yes.
Yeah, no,
very narrow.
Well, I had to switch to my cell phone because my tablet is on 3%.
Well, let's do this then. I'll play and you tell me what to do.
Usually it doesn't have that problem. You guys can't tell.
Loki deck. Loki. Later. Allier. Quinjet actually needs to open for more. Am I lucky? Not. At least Ghost Spider was cute. Oh, I'm happy. What Hercules? I wanted it. Okay, give me Mockingbird and we're cool.
Yeah. So I was muted. You didn't hear me say, okay, the next one's going to be the 1,000 collection points. All right. Yeah.
She's okay. But of course, 4 keys. But I mean, 4 keys, 2 cards, we're okay.
Yeah. That's the system working as it should.
Still have enough keys. We are fine. I really want cannonball. Alrighto, Bishop, are you ready to tell me exactly what to do? And my hand to be like, no, don't do it. Alright, what do I do? Bishop.
Bishop, you there?
Dead. Maybe he's mad.
He's still trying to get his phone to work?
Maybe he's just mad because I'm playing because we couldn't see anything on his phone. Writing.
Oh, Play Quake is Judai's contribution.
That's what Bishop
And
would say. And we lost Bishop.
Alright. That's right.
Wait,
Bishop
do I
is
want
back.
Cable or... Yes, I want cable.
I mean, this is a
Can you
Loki
hear me
deck.
now?
Yeah, cable. Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to get back into the stream.
I allowed myself to play Quinjet in your name on turn 1.
That's what I was gonna do. But
What do I do? Do I cable or do I Zabu?
I can't. I'm waiting for the stream to load. I would Zabu.
Ah.
Oh, cable.
But I got a Sentinel.
1 cost.
Oh, well,
So
I guess now you Sentinel Zabu.
Both left? Or just give them left?
I would give the my Sentinel to Machine World, yeah. And then Zabu left.
Can I do the opposite? I don't really care if they have Zabu, considering how far we are in the game.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because I want to play Mockingbird to the left, basically.
Right,
Or
and it's gonna make Mockingbird 4 cost.
I mean, I kind of want at least enough points that they need to work for it. Ah. Okay, so they have Sentinel and Magic. What are we playing against? Oh. Like that.
nice combo.
It's,
So wait, next turn the
Is it,
Falcon is gonna be a
C3?
2.
is it a C3?
Maybe. I could do this. I'm not in a rush to play Mockingbird now. Because I kinda wanna play I wanna play the Hawk to turn off Limbo and Loki next turn. And just steal their deck.
Okay. Okay.
But maybe I just need
So if
to
you're
play...
gonna Loki next time,
I could
do you-
Loki
do you want
Snowguard
to-
actually.
or Sentinel Snowguard, if you're gonna play Loki next turn.
But can't I do this and just have the Hawk and just play stuff plus the Hawk next turn?
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Yeah, they give me cards. Nice. No.
Maybe take it for me.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
So wait, if they're Cerebro 3, I can give them a lot of shit that's more than 3. Do I play the Hawk now or next turn?
Next turn, right? Because you want to shut it down on 6. You want to make a surprise, yeah?
Okay, so I do what? This? Like that? And next turn I go Hawk, Miss Marvel?
Do you want to send someone to the right so you don't give it to them?
Cable and Sentinel will prevent your Marvel, though.
Well, it would
Working on the
prevent it
left.
on the left, still works on the right. I mean, that's still
fair.
that's still a 3-9. I'm not gonna get better deal than that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think I'll get a better deal than. I'm happy to draw into it. Oh, nice. Oh, that's my Zabu. Do we see anything better than this?
That's a good point. I mean, I figure if you're gonna win, this is gonna win.
It's a shame I had to low-key the Mockingbird, but I guess if we don't get it reduced in time, we just low-key it.
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't bast. Valkyrie is way too weak. What forecast are they playing? That's a 3 power.
Shang-Chi, but that's about it, right?
Okay, we don't care.
Mhm. Or they play for 7.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, they were waiting to Iron Man.
Oh, alright. Disruption wins the game.
Yeah.
I lost so many points at reset. That's the first time I'm below 8k. Weird. Okay.
First world problems.
Exactly. Bye, Judai. Have a good rest of your day.
Hope Summers is pay to win.
Oh, yeah.
Dear opponent. Yeah.
I wouldn't have wasted 1 month of a name for that, but entitled to their opinion.
Luckily,
And it's
bots
also-
can change their name whenever they want.
Yeah, all that to
It's
play
also
Ella,
$10.
really.
So like it's not how much you pay to win. Like $10, that's worth it.
Well, you can win without Ope Summers. Like, if you're gonna say Ope Summers is pay to win, don't play Ella. Ooh. Well, I guess it still works for Miss Marvel. Oh, wait, Mockingbird. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, cool. We're just gonna balance things out for now. Do we have Aliath in this deck? I think we put Aliath, right? Oh yeah, we did. Hello,
Yes.
Aliath.
Reasonably convinced we have it.
Okay,
Mockingbird
so
and
do we
Enchantress?
want to go? I don't need Enchantress plus Mockingbird. I can just arrow, right?
I mean, you're gonna what do you arrowing? There's nothing to arrow, so you're just getting
You're just getting the
they played
points.
nothing.
I mean, it's points.
Yeah, you just get points.
It's a 4/9. If they gave me a 4, I mean, it's stronger than crossbows.
I mean, it's the same as Mockingbird.
Yeah, but playing arrow now reduces the cost of Mockingbird. Playing Mockingbird doesn't reduce
Well,
the cost of arrow. Okay, that's okay. I can deal with that kind of Ella. Blade. I guess we can Enchantress, Blade, Mockingbird. Get ready for Aliath. So I want to keep space open.
Do you want to keep? Yeah, you want to keep center open.
So I guess I have to do this. Like, in case I want to change my mind and top deck Miss Marvel.
Yes, I mean, yeah, you figure. I guess the question is whether to play center or not.
They're gonna tell us. Oh. Okay.
Ooh, 5 cards, Gigante.
There's just Death and Black Knight. So Ella doesn't win any lane. So if we do this, they need Ella somewhere.
What have they discarded? It was
Black Knight
the light and Death.
So the only way they win
Well-
is they play Ella here, Black Knight comes 2, and Death goes here.
Right.
No, and Death can also
Yes.
come here.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you just? I mean, if they go out, I guess they go the other way. If they play Ella center, right? That way they guarantee Mojo World, and then they
Oh,
just
no, I
they
can
have to get Death to it, right?
still play
Yeah.
it. Because if I do, let's say I do this. I'm
Yeah,
at
yep,
15,
yep.
so I beat Ella. And here I would beat Death, because I'm at 15, so I would beat Death plus. This is just. Ella is just
Yeah.
bad. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I feel much safer about that. Yep.
Alright, Loki 2-0.
Not bad, Bishop.
Congrats.
The first time I've been above 1,000 points.
Well, it's not 1,000 points, it's the ranking. It's actually
Yeah.
my lowest ranking, I think.
That is, I think it's close to my highest. I think I got to 1,200 at one point.
Well, we have Mobius, so the raft isn't that important. Ooh,
I mean,
not.
yeah.
Why is nobody playing? Game. Oh,
They couldn't get their streams to work.
I guess I'll play it to the right then, Bishop. Are you okay with it?
Yeah, pretty huge choice huh? I mean, how do you go after the rush with like Mojo?
Captain America. What? Is that the Valentine's event?
So Rogue Snowguard,
They're like, I haven't played in a couple months. Hopefully nothing has changed. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess I do this, right?
and then Rogue. Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
just for the.
you can do whatever. Then you have choices.
Wait, Bishop, you need to speak more clearly because half of your sentence.
Obviously, you have good choices. Right?
Any chance you can write?
Wait. I'm not sure I would rogue
Oh.
right away because if they're playing an ongoing strategy, there's way better things to steal. Like if they're doing
Yeah,
a
but
tribunal deck or
Then
something.
that means we're not going for Loki.
Yes.
Like, this turn then is literally just Snowguard? That's the thing. Like, to me, the Living Tribunal and stuff like that, I'm just gonna Alias them.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
my goal here is either next turn I draw something that allows me to go for Loki, that allows me to get the raft alongside like the bear or something like that, or I just have to Loki my hand. Because like then, either I do this, which is fine, but the problem is I'm pretty sure I lose Prio, so Aliath is useless, or I do this. They get a ton of ongoings, and they can just do their thing with everything reduced by 2. Is that okay?
All right. Yeah. But Bishop.
Bishop, you're the man on this.
I mean, honestly, you could
I
also
think
just
every-
Mockingbird for points to keep priority.
Yeah, but what do I do with the priority? And how do I keep
You could
priority?
put
Like,
Alioth back in.
I play here, they win if they play anything here. Like, it's not...
You could play down the right. Your Captain America gets stronger.
Yeah, but they just need 2 points to take priority away from me.
Okay.
I just think I Loki Metal and I know their whole deck because I changed it twice.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I mean, priority would have been nice if I could fill the raft. Because then I would have Alioth plus a 6. But here, Alioth is like, meh. Okay, they're just doing an ongoing quest. Oh, they have Namor on the left. What is this? Captain America again. Where did he go? Captain
That's so
Invisible.
weird. Huh.
Okay, so this would
So they're
be
gonna Namor on the left, maybe.
13. Can it be 13? I don't know. This plus this plus this. App. 13. Can I beat 13? This is what, a 6? 10. That's 14, isn't it? That's 14. Then what? That? What? A 5? And a 3, that's plus 8. 2, that's plus 10. I'm ahead on every lane, am I?
Like that. Bishop, you wing in, or?
Just play everything is faulty. Sorry, Bishop. Oh, we can Galactus next game. Sorry. Hey, we read the Namor. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this beautiful 14. This, kids, is the power of love. Absolutely not. Look, can you win by a smaller margin? It's like we mapped out everything and didn't get lucky at all.
Wow, Bishop is really good.
Bishop is a beast. We're gonna call him Bishop from now. Alright, do we wanna keep the
That was
Loki,
beautifully done.
Or do we wanna use the last 10 minutes to try something else?
I mean, a lot of things
Let's
changed.
try
Let's try
the-
something else.
Alright, what do we have
Let's
in our
try the-
choices? So we can try this one, the Lockjaw thing with Leech. We can try Discord with Miek. Or we can try Move. I mean, Move and Discord are already in the meta, so I'm kind of curious to see this one. Oh,
Yeah, let's do
Bishop is voting for Move. Okay, I'm voting for Lockjaw. So you're the tiebreaker, Silverman.
Let's do Lockjaw. I already know that move works.
Okay, do you want to play it or do you want me to play it?
I can put it in real quick if you can throw the deck builder back up.
Sure, let's go.
All right. 1 sec. Let me turn that off. Okay. So we have Wasp. We have Zabu. Okay. Thor. And Lady Thor. Yep. Okay. Huh? Let's see. And then we have Jubilee, Lockjaw, Beta. Let's see. Beta. Okay. Leech. Leader. Odin. Doom and Magneto. And then turn on my stream. Okay, so let's see if this works. Okay,
Voting stream.
okay.
Right one. And let's go.
Leech-Jaw, that looks right?
Just as good of a name as Beast Chop.
Yeah. All right. Yep, let's try Leech-Jaw. See what happens. Okay. So, skipping this one.
Yeah, we have. The bigger question is gonna be: do we go Zabu into Lockjaw Wasp or Zabu into Beta Ray Bill into Lockjaw Wasp?
Let's see. Well, if we do Zabu first, the only thing it can give us is Lockjaw or Beta. I want to have Lockjaw down before. Honestly.
Yeah, I think
I'd
we
say
want
both.
Lockjaw first because we now have Jane Foster, so we can. I would Zabu right.
Yeah.
Because you know 100% you can Lockjaw left, so.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't
That's
take
right.
the
That's
risk.
right. Yep.
You need that safe location.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, and now the big question. We have about the exact cards we wanted if we could ask for an opening hand. We're gonna snap
we
it or
snapped.
not.
Yes, we are.
All
So now I want. Okay,
Ooh.
cool. We're in. Hey,
Alright.
fine.
If we win it,
So
we
I wanna-
end on that. If we don't win, we're gonna end
Yeah.
on 15 minutes of crying.
No problem. You got to take risks. So I think I want to beta middle. Next turn, Lockjaw Wasp left.
I want to Lockjaw
No,
Wasp
you wanna-
now because you have
first.
Jane Foster in hand, so you don't want to take the risk of Lockjaw pulling the hammer.
So you would Lockjaw but keep Wasp in hand?
No, you play Wasp. Next turn you bet a Raybill, and turn 5 you just Jane Foster. So you
I
draw
see,
both
okay.
the hammer and Wasp.
Okay. Here we go.
Well, actually, it depends. Maybe. Well, now we're definitely gonna leech them on turn 5. We're gonna do exactly what we wanted with the deck. It's gonna be one game. We're gonna get 8 cubes, probably 4 because our opponent's gonna leave when we leech them. And funny thing,
so-
Cerebro, we have several 8s.
That's actually intriguing, yeah.
We can get Shang-Chi'd.
I love it. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So beta middle, or are we doing beta right? Beta middle, right?
I would middle.
Yeah. Okay, lots going to come down here.
So now we need to figure out if Leech is good or not. Probably good. What are we
So
facing?
they just took our leader.
Okay, do we Jane Foster or do we leech?
So they wanted a turn. Let me just double check. Yeah, they wanted, and this is both in the hand. Okay. So they wanted a turn 6. They've got a white queen.
Well, your leader costs 5, so think about the fact they can copy what you're gonna play.
Yeah.
That should make the choice very, very easy.
Then I probably want to Lady Thor.
Yes, you Lady Thor in the middle, because if they leader you, they copy it in the middle, and you win middle because they're locked.
Mm-hmm.
And your entire hand of Unrevealed doesn't get leeched.
Yeah, it seems key.
Actually, how does leader works if Leech is gone behind Lockjaw?
Oh my god, that's right. You don't need to keep Leech on the board anymore.
I forgot about that interaction. That's the whole reason why we're playing it with Lockjaw.
Oh, that's amazing. That's right.
That was the whole idea behind the freaking deck.
No, I thought we were trying to pull Leech out early with
No, we're
Lockjaw,
playing it on turn 5 behind Lockjaw. So we get the effect that actually a bigger card.
Wait, this is great with Lockjaw because, then you can...
Yes.
It's basically a free card and you pull something big out. Oh, wait. Never mind. This is great.
Silverman having an epiphany.
Sorry, wait a second. That's genius. Okay, yeah. No, I'm happy with this. This is a fun deck.
Well, apparently we just learned how the whole deck works. So, that was a good game.
I mean, I literally thought, okay, we play a Wasp there, and we get a Leech for free on an earlier turn. That seems great. I forgot that, we can just play the casino with Leech. This is absurd. Hold on. Yeah, that's fun. That tickles me.
Okay, want to do another one?
One thing I do want to... I'm sorry, what?
Do you want to play another one?
I mean, we ended on 4 cubes, but I kind of want to see it. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, so one quick thing.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you now, sort of.
I know, we can hear you're talking, not really understand the words.
We hear a bit garble.
Okay.
You could stop eating while you eat. That would be great.
Let's see.
All right,
so I had wanted to... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. If you want to break down this game, let's go.
Yeah. So there were a couple moments where I had the sequence different, or I had it wrong, let's say. So I'd wanted to hold Lockjaw and possibly maybe put the Wasp into Lockjaw to maybe pull the hammer early. Then I wouldn't have had the ability to throw the hammer in again later. Okay, I see it. Okay.
Well, it's not really about pulling the hammer early. It's about you have Jane Foster in your hand. Why do you want to pull the hammer early?
Yeah. Got it.
Goes against the purpose of why you put Jane Foster in the deck.
To be fair, I didn't know why any card was in this deck, as we just learned 2 minutes ago.
and the hammer is a 0, so it goes down the Lockjaw so easy, right?
Yeah. All right, let's try that again. Leech-Jaw. Now the next game, I'm going to go, wait, hold on a second. Thor pulls out a hammer? Wait, this is such a cool card.
Wait, Jane Foster with Thor?
All right, we're playing again. Is a
Ah.
nap every game?
Yep.
Okay, fair.
Well, you have Zabu Lockjaw.
That's right. I'm not too mad at that. Okay, that's less great for.
Oh no, that's great.
I mean, as long as I'm not lockjawing on that lane.
It depends. Because if you lockjaw on that lane, you're probably gonna lose that lane. But pulling double power cards later on is pretty good.
That's very true.
But no, I would Zabu middle because you're not gonna lockjaw middle.
Fair.
Yeah, and then probably lockjaw right because the Crochet. You know the lockjaw lane is gonna be.
Ooh, hold on. This is a bounce or a move deck. That's a great location for them.
It's horrible.
So hold on. There's a. Obviously, we could lockjaw left, but if we Jubilee right, that's 2 Hulks. A move or a bounce. They don't tend to have. They don't run Shang, do they?
I don't know. The one card we know about is Angela.
Yeah, but like, let's say if we pull a Beta or a Thor, okay, we won't use
the
those
thing,
hammers.
Silvermint, is you're not looking at it the right way. You want 2
You
Hulks.
leech.
We leech their Shang.
Well, then I definitely want a Jubilee.
Of course you want Jubilee. Because it doesn't matter if they run Shang. Because we're gonna leech it.
I still don't know how Leech works. What's going on?
Oh, I think they pulled the trigger on Mysterio. Perfect pull. Oh my god. Yep. I never know. If Mysterio reveals as a 4 later on, does it turn into an 8 or not? Or did they double 0 and that's it?
I think it doubles.
No, it'll get the full strength it should have had if you'd played it originally, I think.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so now we Beta on the middle,
Lockjaw,
or do we
so
put down
can
Lockjaw?
leech.
Okay. Wait, we use Leech in this game? Okay, sorry.
I mean, it's
see.
only funny if I'm 100% sure you're in control. And you're not right now.
No, not at all. Okay. Let's see.
So the goal is
Lockjaw.
simple. The goal is Lockjaw left into Leech left. Leech pulls Doctor Doom or Magneto, and then you can Odin that, or you can leader that.
Okay.
That's
Do
the
we
plan.
snap this?
No.
Or is it too early?
No, because Shang-Chi cost 4, so they could pull the trigger now.
Yeah, okay.
You would have snapped once you leeched, and there Shang-Chi was.
Fair. Okay. So I still think we leech now. We can pull a Magneto, Thor, Doom.
Yeah,
One of those is way
and
better.
also, you're pretty sure they're playing Hitmonkey.
Yep. Okay, let's see it. Nothing else to think about, so I'm going to click end turn. This is exactly the turn to do that. Okay, so I know the plan is Odin, but I want to pause for a sec. It's not worth
Odin
doing leader.
loses you the game.
Yeah, because I don't want to do that. Yeah. Magneto's just worth a lot of points. That's going to be 24 in the middle, but we need to win 2 lanes right now. If we... Let's see, Lockjaw doesn't do us anything. It can draw like a Thor Leech. Nobody cares right now. How do we win? Yeah.
There's only one way to win this. It's a maybe.
Magneto center.
The way to
Yeah,
win
that's
this
what I'm thinking, but
is
like...
Magneto center and hope they can't beat you on the left.
Well, yeah, that's the default, but I'm just...
That's it.
Yeah.
Magneto goes home.
Yeah. I mean, for one more cube, fine, but like... we don't have any way to. Yeah. Oh, let's see it.
Wait, we don't have any way to what? The question.
Seriously contest 2 lanes, I was just thinking, so... Okay.
But that's the thing.
Wow.
You want to contest 2 lanes. Why do you want to contest 2 lanes? One is already... You're already ahead on the left. But stay on the screen. Stay on the screen. We're gonna...
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
So, I agreed Magneto was my strongest move, but first of all, I don't know if they're just playing for points. Why are they playing Falcon on the left? Or aren't they playing it there?
What does there mean?
So why did they play Falcon on the right? They should feel pretty confident they're going to win the right. And
so where do you want them to play it?
I would have dumped, if I were them, as many things I could on the left.
Yeah, look at the effect of this location.
Yeah, -2.
Okay, that's a bounce deck.
Yeah.
Where are the big cards in a bounce deck?
It tops out at like 4.
Like, the big card in a bounce deck is called Hitmonkey. They played it.
Mm-hmm.
It died.
Bounce doesn't have naturally big cards. They have cards that grow or cards that are on reveal. On reveal is off the table. And cards that grow, that's Angela, that's Kitty, and you know how big they are.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, you knew they were at -2. Maybe they were at 2 on the left, because we can't exclude the fact that maybe it was the real Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
But then, if you go on, the real Mysterio is in the middle. They're at -2 on the left, and they need to put 6. They need to put 8 points, but they need to put 10 if they do it with 1 card. They need to put 12. They do it with 2 cards, and they need to put 14. They do it with 3 cards.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, none of these cards can be on reveal in a bounce deck.
Mm-hmm.
You're not left with a lot of cards.
Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking is, did they have Hitmonkey in hand or not, or did they draw it on turn 6?
Okay, my question is, what can you do about it? Why, I'm okay with thinking about it. It's just, what can you do about it? What control do you have over it, whether they have it or not?
Yeah,
You didn't snap, right?
Control,
so you either...
Yeah.
You didn't snap, so it's a 50-50. If they either have the card, they win. If
That's not a 50-50, come on.
No.
What I'm saying is they either have the card or they don't have it.
Yeah, but that's not how it works. They need to specifically draw Hitmonkey on turn 6.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying there's no reason at this point you play forward because
of course
you think you're going to win.
Of course you play forward.
No, there's no reason to withdraw. No, certainly. I was just trying to think if we, for example, like Magneto, or do something strong on the left. I was trying to count up the points. Like, did we have enough to do the center? No. So we had to play center. And I was just thinking, is there anything stronger than that? I definitely agree we stay in, and I think Magneto's the strongest play. The problem is anything that we dumped that was big on the left, we would then lose for something weaker through the Lockjaw. So I was just running through, like, is there a way to win anywhere else? And no, Magneto.
Yeah, you need a point. And then on top of that, Hitmonkey, even they dropped the Mysterio already. So you can count up the max. It's going to be 8 minus 2 at most if they can drop 3 or 4 cards, right? So I think it's just a matter of...
They had 4 cards in
here.
Yeah.
So then it's going to be 6, 8.
No,
well,
it's going to be 8.
Yeah.
Minus 2, so it's a 6, and it's a 6 at you're at negative what, 8 when we walked into the game.
Oh yeah, they were
2,
at
right?
minus 8 compared to us.
Yeah.
So worst case they tie it, and you would lose right. So I think I guess it's what else you're gonna do.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying there was any stronger play. I was just slower on the calculation. Like, I was trying to figure out, could they get to at least a tie? Because if they tie on the left and we win center, they still win because their right is just enormous. So, yeah.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
All right. Well, on this complicated note, we're gonna end the session. Bye bye YouTube. Thanks for joining us for this discovery of the patch. There is definitely a lot to unpack. We probably haven't tested the strongest decks, considering we have tested Discord or Thanos. We kind of tried to test the other ones.
Or move.
But yeah, there's still a lot to test, and I'm sure like the metagame probably won't be that different, but the buffs will have some impact in some way. Let's give it a few days. For now, let's keep testing things. Bye bye, everyone.